Welcome to The Explainer. Education. We've all been through it, right? We all have strong feelings about it. But have you ever stopped to think, what's it really all for? Today, we're going to look past the textbooks and chalkboards to get at the real heart of learning and what's coming next for all of us. So, here's how we're going to tackle this huge topic. We've got 5 main stops. We'll kick things off with the why of learning, and then we're going to journey all the way to what the future looks like in this crazy, fast-changing world. All right, let's get into it. Okay, so first things first, let's start with a question. Now, on the surface, it sounds pretty simple, but trust me, the answer to this one question, it shapes everything else. So what's the real point? Is it just about getting a job, a piece of paper that gets you in the door for a career? Or is there something, I don't know, deeper going on? Something that actually molds who we become and how we all get along in society? Well, according to the sources, education is something you do, not something that just happens to you. It's not like your brain is an empty bucket and a teacher just pours facts into it. No, it's about building a whole person. Someone who can think critically, who can be a part of their community, and maybe even change the world a little bit. And this right here, this really shows you how much the whole philosophy has shifted. It used to be all about memorizing dates and facts, just absorbing what was told to you. Now, the focus is shifting. It's about getting your hands dirty, solving actual problems, and, learning how to think, not just what to think. Okay, so that's the big idea, the philosophy. But what does it look like in the real world? Let's take a trip around the globe, because how countries actually build their education systems, well, let's just say there is no one-size-fits-all approach. One of the biggest forks in the road comes down to one word: control. Think of it this way. Some countries have a national command center. Everything, the curriculum, the tests, is decided at the top to make sure it's the same for everyone. But other places? They hand the keys over to the local towns and schools, letting them tailor things to fit their own specific needs. And this table really gets to the core of a huge debate happening right now. What's the better path? Do you give students a broad liberal arts education that teaches them how to think, preparing them for, anything? Or do you train them for a specific job, a specific trade, so they can walk right out of school and into the workforce? It's a tough question, and different countries have placed very different bets. Right. Now, there's no way we can have this conversation in this day and age without talking about the elephant in the room: technology. It has completely stormed the classroom, and honestly, it's changing the entire game. I mean, just think about what's possible now. You've got AI tutors that can create a custom lesson plan just for you. You have virtual reality that can drop you into ancient Rome for a history lesson. And these things called MOOCs, massive open online courses, they mean you, me, anyone with internet can learn from professors at the best universities on the planet. It is a total revolution. But hang on, it's not a perfect picture. For every problem technology seems to solve, we have to ask, what new problems is it creating in the process? And these are not easy problems. First off, there's the digital divide. If you don't have good internet or a decent computer, you're just left out, period. And even if you do have access, the internet is, it's a jungle of information and misinformation. So we have to teach a whole new skill: how to tell what's real and what's not. It's about more than just finding information. It's about finding truth. Okay, let's zoom out for a second. We've talked about the individual student, but what about the bigger picture? Because education isn't just about personal growth. It literally shapes the society we all live in. It's basically the engine of a country. A well-educated population fuels economic growth, sparks new ideas, and just helps everyone get along better. So that diploma, it's not just a piece of paper for one person, it's a building block for a stronger nation. And this right here, this is maybe the most beautiful promise of education. It's the idea that it doesn't matter where you start. It doesn't matter what family you were born into. A good education can be that ladder that lets you climb as high as your talent and hard work will take you. It's supposed to be the Great Equalizer. But what happens when that ladder is pulled away? You get trapped in this brutal cycle. Without good schooling, you have fewer chances in life. That means less money, and when you have kids, you can't afford to give them the access you never had. And the cycle just repeats, generation after generation. Breaking that chain, that is one of the biggest challenges of our time. So where does all this leave us? Well, it brings us to our final stop on this journey, and maybe the most important one. What's next? What does the future of learning look like, and what are the giant hurdles we have to clear to get there? Look, nobody's saying this is going to be easy. We're still wrestling with huge inequalities in the system. We're still stuck with so much standardized testing that creates a ton of stress. And all the while, the world is changing at lightning speed. So we're scrambling to teach the skills that actually matter now. Things like being able to adapt, to work with others, to solve problems that don't even exist yet. And really, it all boils down to this one last huge question. Are our schools getting kids ready for the world that's coming? Or are they stuck teaching for a world that's already gone? How we answer that doesn't just decide the future for our kids, it decides the future for all of us. Thanks for joining me.